Tune in each and every week. Riley Ross coming back with the latest. Riley Ross on the mic. Make sure you tune in each and every week. Tune in each and every week. Hey, welcome back to Riley's Couch. You know who it is. I'm your one and only host, Riley Ross. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all had a great week. TGIF. Today's Friday. And I had an awesome week. I have to tell you guys all about the SOB show for BET Music Matters Showcase. The lineup was crazy and I just enjoyed every moment. I'm so glad that I actually took the time to go out there. And, you know, if you missed it, so sad. It's the last show of this year. It kicks off next month in January. It's the second Tuesday of every month. So if you haven't been to any of the shows, make sure you check it out. One of your favorite artists may be performing there. I got to see Kevin Ross, and for those who don't know who he is, the guy from the Glade commercial, if you've seen it, the Christmas one, the guy on the piano singing, yeah, that's Kevin Ross. Dope artist. He was amazing, and he sung my song Dreams, and of course I sung it at the top of my lungs, which I do every time I hear that song. They also had another artist that goes by the name of Candace Springs, who was actually signed to Capitol Records. She's a dope artist. She killed it on the keys. Loved her. Her hair is awesome. And Antonique Smith, who I told you guys has been nominated for a Grammy. Big things. If you don't know who she is, she's actually the actress who played Faith Evans in the Notorious movie for Biggie's life. Yeah, she killed it. I mean, she came out and the first song she did was a Christmas song, and when I tell you that girl got some vocals, you talking about getting chills? Oh my God, her voice is amazing. She killed it. And she sung my song. If you haven't listened to her song yet, hold up, wait a minute. Make sure you head over and listen to that. And I also seen Anthony Flamia, who goes by the name of Flam. This is actually my second time seeing him, and every time he's awesome. He killed it. I love his whole act. If you haven't seen him, definitely try to get to one of his shows. Check him out. Look him up. Follow him on Instagram. Watch his videos. He's so dope. And I also got to see Karina Pazian, who came out and she performed and killed it. Her vocals are crazy. The notes she was hitting was out of this world. And if you have not seen her either, definitely check her out. Her performance was dope. She did a rendition of Flawless and killed it. And last but not least, another one of my favorite, T-Soul. I'm so excited I finally got to see him. He's from Virginia. He does a lot of shows up in New York, and I have not been able to catch any of his shows, and finally I got to see him perform. I've been listening to him for a couple years now, and I actually got to meet him Tuesday night, and he's such a sweetheart. He's so nice. I actually got to take a picture with him and stuff. And yeah, so if you want to see some of the footage and stuff from it, I'm sure it'll be up on BET. I also posted some of it up on my Instagram page, so make sure you head over there and check me out. You can follow me at Riley Ross. Yeah, it was dope. I had a great time, and you know, like I said, if you have not been to one of the shows at SOBs for the BET Music Matters, you should definitely go and check out the artists that they have come through. They never disappoint. They're super dope. And you know what? You never know who will be there. That's for sure. You never know. They have celebrities pop up in here all the time, and it's a great show. So now just gonna jump into it. So this week it's been turned up with the beefs and all that stuff. But before we do that, I just want to take a serious moment real quick and say rest in peace to VH1 actress and dancer Stephanie Mosley, who was shot and killed in a murder-suicide by her husband, songwriter and rapper Earl Hayes. Apparently, he recorded a song about murder-suicide in 2010. And I want to take this moment to say, you know, depression is a very real thing. And if you or someone you know is suffering from depression, speak up and reach out. Do not turn a blind eye. When all the signs are there, do all that you can to help someone. When people suffer from depression, they tend to try to cover it up. And, me being a black woman, coming from a black family, I know that black families tend to shy away and shut down any talk of depression or mental illness. And I encourage you to be open-minded and have this discussion with your family, because you'd be surprised by what you may uncover. So yeah, definitely, if that's you or someone you know is suffering, definitely try to get them help. Reach out. There are so many places you can go and, you can call. Trust me, it is never, ever, ever as bad as it seems, You can get past it. You really can. Just definitely reach out. So apparently Chris Brown and Karrueche break up again. Chris Brown decided to take it to social media again. And this time to put that girl he loves on blast. Yeah, so, if you hadn't seen it, I'm sure you can find it online. I'm not going to read all that to y'all. You can go look at it yourself. But 2014 is definitely a petty year for many, many people. So I say, let's not be petty in 2015. New Year's resolution or not? It has hit the airwaves all week. And if you don't know, Diddy and Drake are beefing. And it was apparently over 0 to 100, the smash of the summer, or so we thought. Apparently the beef is about RESPECT. Diddy has been wanting to get at Drake for months, and it all came to a head in Miami at Club Live. It's reported that a physical altercation took place between the two, and Diddy punched Drake in the face. And Drake ended up going to the hospital, allegedly with a dislocated shoulder. A video has surfaced of a performance with Diddy and Drake on stage performing together, and Drake's mic went out, which he then turned and snatched Diddy's mic from him. That seems to really be the root of the issue. It was pretty disrespectful. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I would have definitely been pissed off. If I was on stage and you snatched the mic from me, yeah, I'm going to be mad. You just don't do that. That's just as bad as when Lil Mama hopped on stage during Jay and A-Key's performance. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing. The difference is, if I was Diddy, I would have been handled that back in February when it first happened. I feel like those who are legends in the industry are due some type of respect. They've paid their dues and they've earned it. They've paved a way to help you to be able to have the leeway to do the things you're doing in the industry. In the same breath, you still have to give respect to get it either way. So never let your success put ego blinders on you, and that goes for the both of them. And just to add on, that, we have a bigger issue going on right now. This issue needs to be deaded ASAP. I believe it can be if the both of them put their egos to the side, talk it out like grown men. We need to be coming together more than ever right now. Leave your egos at the wayside and join forces towards change and peace. There are thousands of producers out there with dope beats in a vault just waiting to be heard. And y'all out here fighting over, something like this. Come on, yo. You was just on Instagram talking about the Eric Garner case and using your platform to speak out against injustice. Let's all focus on the bigger picture and dead all that. And speaking of the Eric Garner case, I'm glad to see professional and college teams supporting the protests, wearing black shirts with Eric Garner's last words, "I can't breathe," on them. Jay-Z provided the Nets with shirts before their game the other night, and I'm glad to see the unity. I feel like we're really starting to get it, not only in the black community, but globally as well. It's a lot going on, and it would take my whole entire podcast to really get into the issue, but I'm definitely keeping up with it as much as I can, and I'm just really glad to see what's happening and that it's really being taken serious. So yeah, on a lighter note, royalty meets royalty. This week, Duke Prince William and Duchess Kate Middleton were in the States and in attendance at the Barclays Center for the Nets game versus the Cavaliers, where they were met by J.M.D. After the game, before the British Royals headed to their locker rooms, where they met with LeBron James, who gifted them with a jersey for their son George. And of course, it seemed the whole arena had their phones out snapping pictures while the two couples conversed. A great moment in this week's highlights. Also, Beyonce dropped the retrospective short film for the 1-year anniversary of her self-titled album that she released last year. And if you have not seen the video, it's called Yours and Mine. Make sure you head on over to her website or on YouTube to watch that video. It's like 11 minutes long. It's really deep. It's definitely a retrospective. So check that out. It's super inspirational and influential. And also, if you have not, please head over to Power 105.1 and check out Angie Martinez's interview with J. Cole. That interview is so dope. It was such a great interview. I enjoyed every part of it, all 40 minutes of it. And definitely make sure you listen to that. It's super inspiring. Definitely gives you great insight, and it's really, really, really inspirational. So head on over to that and check that out if you have not yet. I also posted it on my Tumblr page, so you can head on over to Riley Ross and you can find it on there as well. Angie Martinez, she just always comes with it, and she always knows how to bring out the best in her interviews. She's actually my favorite radio personality. I just adore her. She's like the dopest. She's super sweet, and she always keeps it real. So make sure y'all head over and check out that interview. And lastly, Nicki Minaj is reportedly dating Meek Mills. And with that, I'm going to jump into music. Nicki Minaj featuring Meek Mills. They have 2 songs on the album together. One of the songs was released, and it's called Big Daddy. She also released another track with Beyonce called Feeling Myself. The album is due out next week on the 15th. So if you haven't, head over and pre-order it on iTunes, or you can go cop it in stores on Monday. And I want to talk about my boy, J.Cole. 2014 Forest Hills Drive is now in stores. I know I've been killing it talking to you guys about it for the past, 3 weeks or so. I love this album. I can't stop listening to it. I listen to it every day, at least once a day. And it's hard to pick a favorite song because I really love the entire album. Like, I listen to it from the beginning to the end. I really, really do love this album. I'm enjoying this album. He gave a passionate and powerful performance of Be Free on David Letterman the other night. Cole is out here winning. I mean, that performance was really, really emotional. It definitely had me feeling some type of way. He out here doing his thing, man. He is already on track to have the biggest sales week in hip-hop this year. Early projections predict he will sell over 300 units, which will make this his 3rd #1 album. So big ups to Cole for that. This album is dope, and if you haven't heard it, make sure you check it out. Go support him, buy that album, and definitely take a good listen, because he really is spitting some dope bars in there. Cole, he got something to say, so y'all need to listen up. And Fabulous dropped the video for his single Lituation, so make sure you head over to YouTube and check that out. Also, the album Prime is out, and it's available on iTunes as well. The album is a collab duo of DJ Premier and Royce the 5'9", so make sure you head over and check that out. Cop that album as well. Ludacris and John Legend teamed up for a new song called In My Life. If you haven't heard it, make sure you check that song out as well. And Jasmine Sullivan is back with a new single called Mascara, which talks about the superficials of women today in society. So you make sure you listen to that. You know, she's always killing it with her vocals. And now it's time for Talk That Talk this week. So my topic for this week is, oh, how we forget. So oftentimes, we don't like the taste of our own concoctions. We dish it, but we can't take it. So I'm having a discussion, and I've been saying this a lot lately because, people tend to, I notice it in a lot of older people, like your parents, your grandparents, maybe older aunts, uncles, great aunts, great uncles, or whatever. We do things and they look at us and they kind of look down on us, or, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that and you shouldn't be doing this. And it's like, oh, how we forget. Don't think that I don't know the stories about the things you was doing at my age, It's like, I get the whole thing where they want to, protect you in a sense, like, try to tell you not to do this because they've done it already. But it's like, at the same time, I gotta learn for myself. Don't judge me because, you've done the same thing as well. I have to learn this for myself, whether you tell me or not. Don't make it seem like you've never done any of this stuff in your whole entire life. Like, this generation is just the worst generation ever. Like, they kill me acting like they've never done anything wrong in their entire lives. Cut it out. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, how we forget. And then, it can go for, more than just that. Like, if you out here doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, one thing that's always constant is karma. And the one thing about karma is you never know when it's going to come back around. So you out here doing stuff and you wrong doing it. Don't be surprised 20 years from now, something happened, you're going to be sitting there like, oh, I don't understand why this is happening to me. I do this and I do that. And remember when you was like 17 or you was like 21 and you slept with that married man and now you're wondering why your husband cheating on you or why your wife is cheating on you? Yeah. Oh, how we forget. Or it may not even happen to you. It may happen to your children or your grandkids. So be careful what you out here doing because, oh, how we forget. That's all I gotta say about that. So remember that next time you out here doing something crazy, or if someone older than you is talking to you crazy, remind them, oh, how we forget. I had to remind my mother that a couple weeks ago. I forgot what she said to me. She said something crazy to me. And I had to tell her, oh, how we forget. Remember when you did that to me? And now you don't like it. Oh, how we forget. Yeah. But for real. All right, guys. So that's all for this week. Of course, I'm going to close out with a quick quote for you guys. Find what makes you happy and get lost in it. That's all for this week. I enjoyed talking with you guys, and I will see you next week. Don't forget, we are now on iTunes, so head on over to iTunes. In the podcast section, type in Riley's Couch, and I will surely pop up. Make sure you subscribe, download, and share. Make sure you tell your friends to tell their friends so we can all be friends. And I will holla at you guys next week. I'm your girl, Riley Ross, and I'm out. Have a great week, guys. Peace.